Well, hey YouTubers, I'm back, and now I'm going to do my points with funny feet. Okay, now there's basically two types of funny feet that I'm talking about. Now this one here is basically your Hardaway feet, and they kind of kick out to the sides. They're kind of like if you had your feet pointing outwards. And then the other type is your basically like your little lobe type feet, or where's a better example? Yeah, here's a better example of this little LaCroix here. See, it's got, you know, almost like Mickey Mouse ears upside down for feet. But now, and look, you know, I mean, how many points have got basically that thing going on to one degree or another? It's really common. Here's that drill Mr. Rick gave me that's so cool. But anyway, this is just a Mr. Rick's challenge for points with goofy feet. But now look what's going on. Okay, now here's your classic, beautiful little Hardaway. I mean, Hardaways are just an awesome point. They're fluted, they're ground, they've got just, the base on them is just microscopically thin right there, where it comes together, and they got those crazy looking little corner notchy feet. But now look at this. Here are points that have got both things going on in the same point. You got one foot that's kicking out to the side over here, and then the other one is basically a little lobe. You got the same thing going on here. The foot kicking out, one foot kicking out to the side, and the other one is just like a little lobe. It's like, make up your mind, which culture are you guys working out of? Is this a time traveler's point or something? But how funny that is, huh? Okay, thanks YouTubers. And this is the Tiny Tots Point Challenge. The challenge for the teeniest points out there. Now, take a look at this one here. That is a fully made point. What in the world it could ever have been made to kill? I don't have a clue. I mean, look at it compared to my thumbnail. And then this one here, which is like a little agate, which is like hard as, I mean, this is like the hardest material around our part of the world here. And it is just tiny. I almost wonder if some of these just weren't little kids' toys. If Dado didn't make the kids a little bow and arrow set. Now I just did a funny feet challenge. Now here's one. Look at this. Now that looks like part of it is broken off. Like part of the base is broken off. But if you look really close, it's not. That's all there was. That's napped all the way around there in that kind of old-timey blunderbuss pistol grip look. What a funny little point. Obsidian. Tiny little thing. I just don't see what the point of making an arrowhead this size would be. But anyway, here's my tiny points challenges. There they are. I mean, take a look at just how small those things are. Where's that black one? Yeah, there it is. Okay. That little tiny black one that's about a 1/4 of an inch thick, wide. I mean wide. Well, a little more, oh, maybe 5/16, maybe even 3/8 wide. And about 1/2 an inch long. Here's all my little... Now, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I think an awful lot of you use the term, sling the term, bird point around rather cavalierly. Now, if you are not talking about these size points, we're not talking birdies. You're talking, I don't know, bunnies or something, but not birdies. But all of these are fully formed little points. Fully made little beauty points. This one here's got this tiny little thing there's got a hair of the tip gone, but the vast majority of these are 100% little tiny flaked points. I mean, look at the size. And all manner of them. Here's a couple of, here's a really just a cool little one out of obsidian, just a little obsidian beauty. I didn't show that with my other obsidians. I didn't have it in the pile. Okay, well that's it for Teeny Tiniest Points Challenge. There's another really cool obsidian point. Starting to like obsidian a little bit. Now everyone makes such a big deal over it. I guess it's peer pressure or something. I'm starting to think more of my obsidian stuff. I'm going to do another video right after this one here on Hammerstones. And here we go. Hammerstones it is. Now I mentioned I've got a lost bucket of Hammerstones that I tried to find and I couldn't find it, but I did find a bucket that had some Hammerstones in it. Now I'll give you an example. Now what this here is a petrified wood limb segment, which they just seemed really fond of in these parts of the world. But one end of it there, I mean, can you just see all the 1,001 little battering marks and the way it's all, you know, blunted over? It's almost got like a pestle end on the end of it because it's been hammered on so much. The same is largely true with this end. They just pound and pound and pound away with these things. And now here's another one. Now you see all the, I don't know how well my camera's picking it up, but I mean there's 1,001 little fracture lines right where, you know, it looks like pecking almost, but worse. And it's just where 1,001 hits have been hit with this rock here. They're probably like this surface right here, they're probably using it to nap with, to pound out, and then now this guy here, you definitely are. You see that whole blunted end there on it and all those 1,001 little bitty divots in there? Those are all from just pounding away. I mean, you see all of that little, just thousands and thousands of little scars from hitting stuff with it. Same is true with this one here. Now these are basically classic Hammerstones. I didn't find my nice ones. I've got some really beautiful ones that the material themselves are pretty extraordinary. Much less the fact that they've been used for ages like all of these guys have. But when you see all those 1,001 little pecks in there, those are all wax from hitting something with this. And that's what your Hammerstones will all have in them. You can be able to look at them and see the story they tell of like just 1,001 times that they've bashed another rock with them. They'll just be covered in all this little kind of cratering like here. Okay, well that was it. Thanks a lot, YouTubers.